Okay, so this is the last part of 10B, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not a lot of grammar, it's just sort of some expressions to memorize and some new verbs. Uh, on page 251, um, over here, it is expressing agreement and disagreement with estar de acuerdo, tener razón, and ser verdad. And on the next page, it is basically just the verb recordar. So, estar de acuerdo is to agree. So you can use that either positively. So, for example, estoy de acuerdo, or you can say no estoy de acuerdo, which would be I disagree. Um, Tener razón means to be right. So you could say tienes razón, you're right, or no tienes razón, you're not right. And then ser verdad just means to be true. So es verdad or no es verdad is basically how you use that. And since you already know estar, tener, and ser, that shouldn't really be anything too new. Um, so también means also or to, and tampoco means either. Um, so también is used with affirmative statements. So yo estoy de acuerdo también. Um, or if it's a negative statement, it would be no estoy de acuerdo tampoco. So if tampoco precedes the verb, the word no is not used. So um, if you didn't say no estoy de acuerdo tampoco, you could say tampoco estoy de acuerdo, and you don't have to use no with that. Then recordar just means to remember, and this is one of the verbs that has a stem change. So it would be recuerdo, not recordo. But yeah, that's pretty much straightforward. And you can look in the book or online for the full conjugations, but it's a really sort of straightforward thing. The last thing, though, is um, you can also use acordarse instead of recordar, and it also has that same stem change. Um, and it's also reflexive. So if you use acordarse, you have to change that pronoun on the end um, and usually move it to in front. Also, you have to use the preposition de with acordarse. So, me acuerdo de muchas cosas. I remember many things. Um, and I think that's basically it for this lesson. And like I said, it's pretty straightforward. It's not super grammar heavy, especially since you already know pretty much all of those verbs except for recordar and acordarse. So both of those sections are summarized on page 256. And let's see. Remember to keep an eye out for these yo puedo sections at the end of each unit, and just sort of go down that checklist and you know, make sure that you can do all of these things. So for example, for today, um, puedo expresar acuerdo y desacuerdo. So you know how to express agreement and disagreement, which basically just means that you know all of the estar de acuerdo, tener razón, and ser verdad. Just know how to use those. Um, and then puedo expresar recuerdos. So be able to talk about what you remember, what people remember. And if you can do both of those things, then you should be good for the evaluación. But yeah, just check this. This is on page 254. Um, and if you can pretty much check all of those things at the end of each section, then you are doing well.